So, lads, today we're going to be talking about Luka Doncic, one of the best players in the world of basketball, but unfortunately, is now ineligible. He is officially ineligible for NBA awards. And a lot of people obviously are not too happy about that, being like, oh, you should still be eligible for these awards. This wasn't the purpose of it, was stop load management. The reality of the situation is that Luka Doncic, for the first time since his rookie season, is not going to make the All-NBA first team. Luka Doncic on the verge of yet another stellar year after 5 impressive seasons. However, the NBA star has been largely inactive this season, missing 16 games so far. So obviously, with still being injured, he is going to miss the threshold for the All-NBA teams. And we got to talk about it. It's like, is this something that should be done? Like, a lot of people blamed this on Embiid's injury last year, but like, I think Luka Doncic is probably going to be out for another close to a month. I mean that. Like, Luka Doncic genuinely is hurt. Like, it was only a week ago. He's not even able to walk properly right now, unless he was just having fun with the knee scooter. Like, I've never seen anyone use a knee scooter for fun, but the reality of this is that he's made enough All-NBA teams that he's still eligible for Supermax stuff. He's still eligible for any of the top contract things. But I don't hate the 65 game rule. I really, really don't. Because the reality is with the 65 game rule, at least they at least if you have the 65 game rule, players are going to play more. Players are going to play, and I think all in all, it's not really going to affect anything. Look, I don't think Luka Doncic, if he plays 50 games, should be on an All-NBA team. Maybe they should rule you out of awards and All-NBA first team. But like, if you play half a season, like, the best of ability is availability. And look, Luka Doncic is injured. Like, I think because obviously he's had that big streak and he's made all those All-NBA first teams in a row, and we've seen the LeBron streak. And in fairness, like, I can't remember what year they gave LeBron an All-NBA team. Was it 2019 where he did not deserve to make the All-NBA team? Like, he should not have been. The year the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. And I think he made an All-NBA team in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Where, to be fair, actually, no, he led the league in scoring that year. But I think he missed one game too many to be eligible for the scoring title. And he literally just sat it out so that he didn't win the scoring title. It was madness. It was madness. But, like, I still think the All-NBA team, I think he got third team in 2019. But, like, in that year, he, the team didn't make the playoffs, played 55 games. That first year in LA, I don't think he should have made it. Like, especially when they didn't give Harden the All-NBA team that time in 2016. Or maybe two wrongs don't make it right, I guess. There is a possibility of two wrongs not making it right is a thing. But for Luka himself, I don't think he'll care. I really don't. I think Luka likes to play basketball. He likes to win. He likes to eat. Like, that's the reality of the situation. That is basically with Luka. He is going to be back by the playoffs, and possibly him getting hurt now, getting some rest on his body. It rests his knee. I get it, his calf. It's a calf strain, and hopefully it is just a pretty bad calf strain. But like, it gets weight off his knee, and maybe he's on that knee scooter because maybe the calf strain isn't as bad as they thought. But maybe, the calf strain's pretty bad, but we're resting your knee, because it is extremely, extremely important for Luka Doncic to get his knees right. They've been bleeding for the last year. They've just been bleeding nonstop. Like, the guy's been struggling to run and still led a team to an NBA Finals. And for the Mavs, the fact is, I think the Mavs are going to hold on. I have a weird feeling that by the time Luka comes back, the Mavs are going to be in a good position. Because if you want to look at the Western Conference, like, I think the Mavs fancy themselves against anybody in the Western Conference again this year. I think the Thunder might have too much for them. But like, the Mavs, as of right now, are a game and a half ahead of the Clippers, who the Clippers are going through their own issues, on a 2-game winning streak. They have a squad around Luka. For the first time ever, they put a squad around him. Like, I like Gafford. I like Lively. I like PJ Washington. I like Dinwiddie. I think Dinwiddie's can play, especially when he's kind of allowed to make decisions. So with the likes of Kyrie out and stuff, that's going to be big. And I think Kyrie Irving is going to be... Surely he's not back, is he? Will Kyrie play tonight? Final injury status against the Nuggets. Kyrie Irving is... There's no... it was a week ago. So there's no way Kyrie Irving is going to be back. But again, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world with that. And I don't know why I can just look at the box score. But like, the Mavs are up. They've got Klay Thompson as well now. Who, look, in times like this, Klay is going to help you out. Klay Thompson's got 14 points at halftime. Like the Mavs, Lively, Klay, Dinwiddie, Washington, Najee Marshall, with like Gafford off the bench. Kleba's a solid player. Jaden Hardy can put the ball in the basket. Quentin Grimes is doing well right now. Like Quentin Grimes the last couple of games has really stepped up. And I like this Mavs team. So I think you go and get a healthy Luka and you add him to them. Not that they should be favourites in the West, because I don't think any team not named OKC should be favourites in the West. But still, they got a shot. And if you're Luka and you're the Mavs, you are not rushing. You are not rushing Luka back for an All-NBA award. He's made 5. He's already been robbed of an MVP. Absolutely robbed of an MVP last year. So he was never going to be in the NBA conversation. The reality is that's the truth. He was never going to end up in the MVP conversation. So there's no real point being too focused on that. There's no point being focused on individual awards. The big thing is to be focused on getting back and getting back as healthy as possible, as quickly as possible, because that should be the main goal for Luka Doncic. And if that's going to take, to get back as quickly as possible, to get back as healthy as possible, as quickly as possible, that doesn't mean rush him back. It means wait till he's healthy and try to see how quickly that will be. And to not force him back. To not bring him back too quick, but also to give yourselves a chance at least about going into the, going into the season, going into the playoffs and seeing how you're going to be able to get on. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think that there is a shot that the Mavs win? Do you guys think Luka Doncic is done? Like, I think there are some people with the attitude of, Luka's pretty much done, so there's no point in being like overly optimistic about him, but I think he's going to come back fine for the playoffs. I think the All-NBA thing doesn't really matter at the end of the day, and I think the Mavs are they're one of the 3 teams in the West that I think are like legitimate chance. I think it's too early for Houston. I think the Lakers no, Warriors no, Kings no. I think it's the Thunder, the Nuggets. You can't count out the Nuggets. I think the Timberwolves, maybe if they can somehow figure it out, but I just don't like Randall with Gobert. And then obviously you've got the Mavs, the Thunder, and the Nuggets. I think they're the 3 teams in the West. Either way, that's the video. See you guys.